Now, as a result of coming to the end of the sixth trumpet, we have Revelation 11:14. Here's what it says. Revelation 11:14. The second woe is past. Behold, the third woe cometh quickly. The second woe consisted of two parts, the horsemen and the two witnesses. The third woe, which is the result of the sounding of the seventh trumpet, occupies 4 chapters, Revelation chapter 15 through chapter 19. And after the sounding of the seventh trumpet, 3 chapters are interposed, and they are Revelation 12 through 14, and they take us back, most likely to a time prior to Revelation 4. And like I illustrated in our last video, conducting us by a different route to the same point, describing to us how the wild beast is to be revealed, and telling us the causes and consequences of his revelation. Then the seventh trumpet is taken up again in Revelation 15. The second woe ends with the earthquake, following the ascension of the 2 witnesses. Theirs is a marvelous history, isn't it? And it comes upon us suddenly, as also does the history of Elijah in 1 Kings 17:1, and the description of their course is soon told. In spite of all unbelief, misapplied learning, and fanciful interpretation, these 2 witnesses will one day appear on the earth and fulfill their mission, and then this scripture will be understood in all its simplicity and clearness. So there is no sense to continue on with all of the crazy speculation now. All right. Let's now move to the third vision in heaven and the sounding of the seventh trumpet. This is big stuff. The seventh trumpet brings us back to heaven and to the third vision seen there in heaven by John, because it is in heaven that the trumpet is sounded. Now, after it is sounded, we again hear the heavenly utterances, which tell us of the design of this sounding. Then, in Revelation 19:1 through 16, heavenly voices again tell us of the completion of its effect. After it's sounded and its object unfolded in Revelation 11:15 through 19, there is a break, and an explanatory episode occupying Revelation 12, 13, and 14 is placed. The effects of the sounding are not fully resumed until Revelation 16:1. They begin in Revelation 15, but they are fully resumed in Revelation 16:1. And the effects then occupy Revelation 16, 17, and 18. So now, we can clearly see that the seventh trumpet, now I want you to pay attention here, this is a big point. The seventh trumpet embraces the whole of the 7 vials, or last of the 7 plagues, which make up the third woe. The seventh trumpet, therefore, really reaches from Revelation 11:15 through Revelation 18:24, or even to chapter 20, verse 5. For it takes in the whole of the remaining judgments and consists of the remaining 5 pairs of visions in heaven and on earth, and actually occupies about half of the whole book of Revelation. This shows us the importance of the scripture on which we are now about to enter. Think about that. It tells us also why the heavenly utterances, which follow on the sounding of the seventh trumpet, anticipate the end, including the setting up of the throne of earthly dominion, the raising of the dead, small and great, and the final judgment. All is anticipated by these heavenly voices, which are answered by the concluding utterances of Revelation 19 in the 7th and final heavenly vision. In Revelation 11:7, mighty angel declared that in the days of the voice of the 7th angel, when he shall sound, the secret of God should be finished, meaning that it will be finished during the days covered by his sounding, taking in, as we just discussed, the whole of the 7 vials and bringing us down to Revelation 20, verse 15. The whole of God's secret purposes, the details of which were known only to himself, will be accomplished.